Hi, I'm Brian from Hot Sauces and More. Today we will be doing a wagyu tri-tip using pork belly rub cooked on the Mini Max Big Green Egg. I prefer wagyu because I like the nice, rich, buttery flavor. You don't need to do a lot to the meat. Just keep it nice and simple and the wagyu flavor comes through. So because this is wagyu, what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim off a lot of this fat here. We don't need any fat because it's got a ton of marble. That's gonna give you enough flavor, enough of the buttery richness on there. And we really wanna get the rub put on the meat. So that looks pretty good. Now let's apply the rub to it. Today we have pork belly Santa Maria. It's salt, garlic, and 4 different types of peppers. Tri-tip comes from Santa Maria, California, so this is a very typical rub that they would use up there and get the same flavor profile. You typically smoke it with some red oak. It gives it a nice smoky flavor. Now that the tri-tip is all seasoned, we will let it rest. We'll let the rub soak into the meat and we will go fire up our egg. So once again, we fill the charcoal up to the line in between the firebox and the fire ring. We have the bottom vent open and we'll wait 8 minutes for the fire to get started. So now our 8 minutes is over. So now we're gonna set this up for cooking our tri-tip. We're putting in our convector since we're cooking indirect. Cooking great. Close this and then let this come up to temp. We're looking for 275, so it should take about another 20 minutes. So now that the egg is up to almost 275, we're gonna open it up, throw in a chunk of red oak so we can get ready for putting in our tri-tip. So now we got the egg smoking. You can smell and see the red oak coming out. You can see how the tri-tip absorbed the pork belly Santa Maria rub. Now it's time to throw it on there. So now we'll come back in about 45 minutes to check on it. All right, so enough time's gone by. Let's check the meat, see how we're doing. Look at that gorgeous tri-tip. So we're reading about 115. I think we're ready to start searing. Pull off the tri-tip, pull out the convector, and then wait for the Mini Max to get up to about 400 or 500 degrees. So now that the Mini Max is getting up to temperature, we're gonna throw the tri-tip back on there. Searing will seal in and lock all the juices into the meat. That's why we sear. You get a nice little char on it, so you can start seeing the flame is starting to kiss the meat. And now we'll flip it over. And now we'll go for another 2 to 3 minutes aside. Let's check the tri-tip. Right there, 137, perfect. Time to pull it and we'll let it rest so we can slice it. I let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. So now that the tri-tip has been rested, now it's time to get into it. Let's see what we got here, what type of magic. And you always want to cut across the grain on the tri-tip.